Welcome back to the closing table. We got a great episode today. We've got bubbly, energetic, awesome agent Ashley Trefney with Keller Williams.
That's right.
Beautiful. So I actually met Ashley a few months back. We closed a deal together. You were on the listing side, and you were fantastic to work with.
Oh, thank you.
You did your job. You let me do my job. You let the other agent do his job, and it went smooth.
It did.
Like they should.
They should.
They don't always go like that, but we like when they do, and we like working with good people.
Thank you.
So welcome to the show. Thank you for taking the time to come on.
Thanks for having me. It's exciting.
Yeah, it was an easy choice because like I was talking about before, like you're doing a lot on social media to get your name out there.
Yeah.
You're a hustler. You're doing things that everyone's uncomfortable to do, but we all know that we have to do because the world's changing. Mm-hmm. It's no longer just, it's all social media. It's stuff like, I feel like I'm 40. I feel like I'm the old guy now, like, but I still do it, but it's not easy. It's challenging sometimes. How long you been in real estate? I think I saw 6 years-ish?
Yeah, I got my license November 23rd, 2020.
Beautiful.
So 6 years this year, which is crazy.
Yep. What led you into real estate? What was life like prior, and did anything special happen that got you into it?
No, I think the special thing that got me into it was I was sick of corporate America. Before I was a realtor, I was an instructional designer, which just meant I created training programs for companies. So I always wanted a job where I would make people happy.
So you're stuck in an office behind a desk.
Yes.
Just boring.
Writing training that I just didn't care about, writing for, software launches and all kinds of stuff. And I always wanted a job where I made a difference. And who really likes going to training? Not many people.
Nobody.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm like writing it for them. So I did that for, I got my master's in 2015. And then so about 5 years.
You got a master's too?
I do. Yeah.
Very cool.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I've had only 2 people, I think, in that chair with masters so far.
Oh, okay.
And has it been a huge help to what you're doing now?
It actually has, because I did so many things I did at my instructional design job carried over to this. So there's a lot of video, writing training programs and writing manuals, which is, you need that for real estate so you can write all your systems and processes out.
Okay.
So I did that. I worked for a couple companies, and at about 4 months, I changed a job. I'd be happy for about 4 months, and then I'd be like, this is horrible. I have to save up my vacation days, and I have to request time off.
9 to 5.
Yeah, I got to work on stuff I don't care about, go to meetings I don't like. And so I was just driving home, and I was like, what am I going to do with my life? And my mom and stepdad years ago had said, you should go into real estate. They go to open houses for fun on the weekends, like people do.
Yeah.
And they always said, like, if this person can do it, you can do it. And so I was driving. I'm like, what am I going to do with my life? And I drove past Jeff Glover's billboard.
Okay.
And it was like, his picture on there.
Oh, yeah. We've all seen him.
Yeah. And I was like, maybe I'll give that a shot. And so I just started talking to people who were in real estate and asking about their journey and like what I should do to prepare. And then I took the class, and then I took the test 5 times, but I passed.
Hey, that's all that counts, man. Yep.
I did. I will say, to be fair, I had a 6-month break during COVID where I couldn't test.
Yeah, okay. And to be honest, that test, from what I understand, and on my side too, it's like nothing compared to like what is actually being a realtor.
Exactly.
Like,
it's the laws you need to know. It's the terms. It's the stuff to say, like, I know all that.
Everyone always makes the joke about how many feet in an acre, how many square feet in an acre. Like, no one ever asks me that.
Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah.
But yeah, and so for 6 months I didn't study because I was like already bored, in lockdown. And then I was kind of restarting once test centers open. So, so I just I always wanted to like be my own boss, kind of have my own job. I would do like side hustles, like I would sell and jewelry and have host parties. And I loved that. But it's just, when you have a full-time job, it's hard to do that as well. So, no like crazy story. I know a lot of people like have family in real estate or building. And it
just so happened.
Just happened, yeah.
Okay, and you are a very self-motivated person because you don't necessarily have somebody knocking on your door, waking you up, getting you out the door.
Yeah.
You've got to want it every day, even on the hard days where you got nothing going on, and it can be easy to get down, but you got to fight through and put the smile on and try to sell real estate.
Yeah, people say that people get into real estate for the freedom and flexibility, and people get out of real estate for the freedom and flexibility because it is very easy to, when you don't have a boss.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
You don't have a boss. You don't have your yearly performance reviews. You don't have all of that stuff. It's easy to just kind of, do your own thing and kind of veer off track, and then Like, I'm going to go in the office at 10. That's great. But the agents who have gone in at 8 are just outperforming and getting all the deals.
What are people doing at the office that you've seen from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m.?
So 8 a.m. to 10 a.m., at least in my office, are prospecting for new business. So it's whether it's calling expired listings, calling for sale by owners, reaching out to their database, following up from open house leads, like all kinds of different things. But in the morning, it's meant for servicing, or not servicing, sorry. In the morning, it's meant for finding new business.
Gotcha.
So that's...
Do you follow a strict structure? Kind of, sort of?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll do really good for like 2 weeks in a row, and then I'm like, oh, I'll just do this thing in the morning.
You aren't alone.
Later. Yeah.
You're not alone. That's how most people are. Yeah.
Yeah. And real estate is so, if you follow it the correct way, it's so like regimented.
Yeah.
You know, you do the morning, you do this. But I do find that my best days are when I follow the schedule, the systems. Yeah. I work for Jeff Glover, and we have a big Gloverism that says, own the morning, win the day. So basically getting in at the right time, you know, looking for business, because in this business, and you know, what you do now shows up 30, 60, 90 days later. It's not like that instant gratification. Yep. So that, I think, is probably the biggest reason why I veer off my schedule sometimes, is I'm like, I'm working so hard and nothing's happening. And then I veer off my schedule, and then it kind of delays everything. So
yep. And then right when you feel really down and it's not working, all of a sudden, for whatever reason, it just starts blowing up.
It's so true.
It feels so good and rewarding when that happens, because you're right. It's a roller coaster of emotions being in this business. Yeah.
For sure.
Now, you're with Glover now. How long have you been with Glover? Like, what offices have you worked for?
So I have been with Jeff for 2 years in August.
Okay.
2 years in August. Before that, I was just at one office. I was at the Keller Williams in Chesterfield, which is a fantastic office. It was very hard for me to leave because I've been there for about 4 years.
A lot of good agents out there.
Great agents, great leadership. They provide so much training, and I just, I felt like it's kind of like a little family because you saw the same people all the time. And I was a solo agent when I was there, so I started on a team, then I went to solo agency for a couple of years, and then I decided I needed just a change up. I needed...
So nothing wrong there.
No,
everything left on great terms. Just
great.
Something personal led you in your heart to just try something different.
Yeah, and I had done Jeff's training and coaching for like the longest time.
Okay. And so you were very aware of him before. It wasn't like, this guy's new and shiny object.
Yes.
Like, everyone kind of figured out who Jeff Glover was.
Yeah, and I was very blessed in my last office. I was in 2023, 4. I was one of the top 3 solo agents at the whole office. Yeah, we have.
Congrats!
Thank you. We have like 200 and something agents, and so I knew that I needed something more to push me, and I was like, well, I'll just go somewhere where like one of our top agent at Glover's agency is literally like pending 19 deals a month and 17 listings a month. So like you want to surround yourself with people you want to be like. And that was a big reason, because these producers were doing way more than I ever did in a whole year. Yeah. So I was like, let me just try it. I left on good terms, so in case I ever went back, it was no problem. But
now the difference between being on a team and being solo, what's your preference? What do you like? Are you going to stay solo?
Yeah. So they both have their perks for sure. So I always tell people, when you first start in real estate, I highly recommend being on a team, because they pay for a lot of your overhead. So like, you're not paying for like mailers, you're not paying for client events, you're not paying for a lot. They're paying for all of that. And they have people who are doing things for you. So there's like an operations team, there's a listing coordinator. You have all these people that you didn't have to hire. They're already there. Yep. And like we mentioned, the real estate class does not teach you what to do once you pass your test. Yeah. They teach you the laws and title work.
You are thrown into a deep pool with bricks on your feet.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I remember being at my last office, and there'd be a new agent, and they'd get their training for the day, and then they would just be sitting there because they don't know what to do. Yeah. So I thought joining a team was really, really a good first move to get your feet wet and figure out, like, then you have contracts you have to figure out, and you have to figure out how to get leads, and you have to figure out what do you do when you're in the office. So that's a really good part about being on the team, is you get leads, you get all that structure. And then another great thing about being a solo a great thing about being a solo agent is you can really design your business the way you want. You can hire who you want. You have a bit more overhead. However,
more risk, more reward.
Yeah. You do get some bigger paychecks because you're not
splitting
with the team, because when you're on a team, you have to split your commission because they're paying for a lot
of stuff. Fair is fair.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
I mean, they're paying for so many things that you don't have to pay for out of your pocket.
Yep.
For me, I like being a solo agent because most of my business is my sphere referrals. So sphere of influence are your friends and family.
Yep.
So those referrals, lender referrals. I'm now to the point where my past clients are rebuying houses and selling theirs.
That's fun when you get there.
That's
to that
so
point.
great. Yeah.
Yep.
So for me, I didn't need team leads to be like, to get closings. When you're a brand new agent, you do. Because especially when you're like, we have so many agents on our team who are 18, 19. Like, I wish I started when I was 18.
I know, right? In hindsight, I wish I would have too. But, life is what it is.
Yeah. So you need a little bit more help when you're just starting. But for me, because I do so much on social media and I have so many people that I just talk about real estate to, and I reach out to my friends and family and I host client events and all that stuff. So it's easier for me to find deals on my own.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'll probably stay solo for a while. Okay. Probably forever. Not for a while, forever.
Yeah. You might get to the point like you may not build realtors underneath you, but you might hire some people to help with the organization and behind the scenes paperwork, just so you can keep focusing more on doing what you do best.
Yes.
All the social media, the reaching out, the personal relationships that come along with it.
Yeah. And that's when I was at the Chesterfield office, I had hired a showing agent and I had hired a transaction coordinator.
Okay, so you've been there, done that a little bit, and tested it. How'd that go?
It was amazing.
Really?
So I hired them that year. I remember I was in Chicago, and I hadn't hired anybody yet. And I'm on this 2-day family trip, and we're going to see a show. Chicago's an hour behind, and I have a client who's like, we have to submit an offer, but it's due in 2 hours. And I was like, I'm going to the show. And so I'm literally typing up on my phone, sending it off for signatures. And I was like, this is so dumb.
Stressful and ruins your vacation and family time or whatever you want to do.
Yes. And I told my family, I'm like, I'm not being antisocial. I'm on my phone, texting.
And this goes kind of back to the life of, there's ups and downs to having our careers of, you do get to pick when you... Actually, sometimes you don't get to pick. That's what I mean. Is you could be on a vacation and it just, not that it gets ruined, but it's totally interrupted.
Yeah.
Because we work literally, I tell people, 24/7, 365 days, unless I am sleeping or in church. Right. I'm on the clock.
Right. Or I'm in the hospital.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Right. I'm on the clock and we know that, but yeah, those are the bad times of when it bites you in the butt.
For sure.
Yeah.
So after Chicago, I was like, I need help. Because I was just having random people show houses. So I hired my first showing agent. She was fantastic. She gave me so much time back in my day. And I know Gary Keller, who I don't know what his position is with Keller Williams now. He was the CEO.
Yeah.
He advised us to hire an assistant first and then hire some other help and then hire a showing agent. But I was like, I need somebody now because when I'm prospecting or something and somebody wants to see a house, I have to stop everything I'm doing, go show them a house. So I hired her first.
How do you pay them?
So with her, I gave her a monthly stipend of $250 a month. She could use for gas. She could use for whatever. She didn't have to use it for that. Yeah. And then any person she showed a house to, whether she showed them one house, 40 houses, she got 25% of my commission at closing.
Okay.
So, and everyone does it a little differently. I mean, bigger teams like Jeff gives them a company car to drive around. I didn't have that.
Right,
but, I wanted her to stay. So I was like, I don't mind giving her 25% of my commission because she worked really hard. She gives me so much of my time back. And then even if she had shown somebody a house and then they needed to see something and she wasn't available, so I showed it. If they got an offer accepted, I still paid her because I didn't want to be a cheapskate.
Right. So what happens if she goes out and shows 40 homes to somebody and that person just never ends up writing an offer? Is that part of the risk that's on her side? Yeah.
Because that's what happens with us.
Yep.
Yeah. So I hired her. She was fantastic. I think people liked her more than me. I'd be like, hey, she's going to come to closing.
What's she doing now?
She is working a different job because when I went to Jeff's team, I didn't bring anybody over.
Did she stay in real estate?
She, I think, put her license on hold.
Okay.
And I had actually recently reached out to her to see if she wanted to start again because I am getting a little burnt out from showings and it's not the best use of my time. And she was going to re-up her license and then she has 4 kids and she works. And she's like, I don't think I can do it. So I'm just going to find somebody else. But I loved her and I thought she would be great too. So I hired her, and then I was actually going to Bali that year for 14 days.
Nice.
And I was like, I need somebody to manage my transactions while I'm gone because I don't want to bring my computer with me to Bali.
Yeah.
I want to like
This is me time.
be in Bali.
Yeah.
Like, how many times do you go to Bali in your life? Not many.
Right.
So I hired a transaction coordinator who runs her own transaction coordinating business. And when I was in Bali, we got 3 deals under contract. I wasn't even here for it.
Were you on the phone at all talking to anybody, or
No.
was it you were just nothing?
I mean, there were a couple. There was a transaction that was the other agent was not super cooperative. So like Bali is 12 hours behind our head, one of the
Either way, 12-hour difference.
Right. So like
not like an hour or two.
Right.
Jeez.
So at like 5 a.m. when I couldn't sleep because my body says it's 5 p.m., I would be emailing and checking up, especially with this agent. I had to like kind of, set the rules straight because she's kind of flexing her real estate muscles, as I like to say. Or they
been in this business for 50 years.
Yeah. Or let me double check this. And it's like, no. But other than that, like I remember one time I was like laying by the pool and I was like, oh, what's going on with this deal? I don't even know. And I went online and on my email, and Liz, who was my transaction coordinator, had already gotten an update. I was like, this is great.
Yeah.
I can actually enjoy it.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then, Shonda, who was my showing agent, she would go to the inspection for me when I was gone. And yeah, we got 3 deals under contract, and I was like, should this be how my business is? I'll just go to Bali. And
sometimes I like if you're slow, if you plan a vacation or plan a family thing, that's when it all happens. So yes,
true.
just take a trip every month and you'll be busy for life.
It's so true.
I don't know why. That's what I need to do. I got to plan a vacation because that's how it always happens.
Yeah. Sometimes you're like, I haven't heard from you in 3 years. Where are you? They're like, I want to see this house. And you're like, okay, but I'm going out of town.
Yep.
So, so when I came over to Jeff's team, because we had all of those people set in place, I didn't take those ladies with me. But now that because Jeff had just opened, first it was you could only be on a team with Jeff, and then he opened it up to you could be a solo agent working under his team, or you could be on a team. So I went to the solo route. So now I'm thinking like bringing some people back in because it's getting busy, and I like sometimes don't want to show house at 7:00 at night, and I want to go home after an open house and all of this stuff. So I'm going to start, creating some job ads and see what people do.
Good.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's stressful because I did at one point in my career, I did have a couple of different assistants, and I feel like for me that was the hardest part is giving my job and my power to somebody else and trusting them. It's like I'm giving you my child.
Yes.
And you have to do as good of a job as I do.
Yeah.
Because you're representing me.
Yes.
So stressful to find somebody. But man, when you do.
Yeah. Sometimes they do it better than us.
Yeah.
And I'm like, because I'm always like, no one can do it better than me. And it's very wrong.
I haven't found that person. I never got that lucky. But yeah, I remember how stressful it was of being like, here's all your responsibilities and like moving on from it and trusting that they can do it all.
Yeah. Or being like, I'll just do this. It'll take me 1 second.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Because I don't want to do like
you hired me to do it. Just let me do it.
Right. Like I would be like, hey, can you like send this out for signatures? Or I usually I'd be like, let me just do it. I'm like, well, I hired her. I'm paying her. I may as well just have her do it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But yeah, you did a great job. So I can understand how you had a hard time letting go. You're welcome.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. So all this social media stuff that you're doing, because I don't know if it's the algorithm, but ever since we closed that deal, it's Ashley all over my. Every time I'm scrolling through, you're doing new stuff on social media and new reels and posts.
Oh, good.
And I saw the one where you were in maybe Birmingham or that side of town, door knocking.
Yes.
How'd that go?
It went good.
Do you do that often, or is it a new thing you're trying?
No, I do it when it's nice weather.
Okay.
I don't typically door knock in the winter.
Of course, yeah.
Because most people don't want to open their door when it's cold. So I do it when it's nice. Sometimes I forget to go live while I'm doing it, but it's good. It's a little intimidating sometimes, just knocking on someone's door and they open the door. But I will say, people are so much nicer in person than when I call on the phone for prospecting.
Oh, so, they can't hide behind the phone and be a jerk.
Right. They're not going to tell me they're going to come beat me up. Or call me whatever name they want to call me. So that part is nicer. I feel like I have way better conversations because it's just kind of flows better. But yeah, it went well.
Okay. Do you have any kind of script that you follow, or is it just depending on who opens that door, you kind of just change on the spot?
It kind of depends on what I'm door knocking for. So
okay. Well, what are the different reasons?
So sometimes I'm door knocking because we had a listing that went live that I sold, and it had a lot of traction, or just had
just basically offers. Like a just sold, like, hey, I'm letting you guys know I sold this house in your neighborhood. Okay.
Yeah. And I, especially if there's multiple offers, I'll say there were, we got 5 offers. We could only pick one, and there's a lot of people want to be in this neighborhood. Do you know anybody who's looking to move out of the neighborhood, or do you know, or have you ever thought about moving out? Because sometimes that piques people's interest. You know, if they get the right offer, they might move.
Yeah.
So I'll door knock for that. I do door knock when I have a new listing and just letting people know, like, hey, there's an open house or this new listing is coming down the street. So I do not door knock for that. And then if there's a neighborhood I'm trying to do business in, I'll door knock. I'll look to see what's recently sold. And then I bring like a little, kind of like a resume with a QR code where they can scan and get their home valuation.
Yep.
Because think about it. If you see like four...
So if that agent's not going to door knock their own neighborhood,
right.
you will.
Exactly.
Love it.
Or if you see like 4 properties pop up in your neighborhood, you might start wondering like, what's my home worth if all these are selling?
Yeah.
So I bring that to people. And that's what I did in Birmingham. I advertised in a magazine called The Stroll.
Okay.
It's for a specific neighborhood in Birmingham.
Yep.
And there was one neighborhood that there was like 4 pendings and solds within like 6 months. And so I went around, door knocked, handed everybody my little flyer. And some people are like, no, I'm not interested. And I just give it to them anyway in case their neighbor mentions moving. Some people, most people are very kind. Like most people are like, I love your hustle. This is great.
That's my experience as well with because I do all the flyers and stuff. I've never really door knocked, but I've always done flyers, you know, just blanket a whole area. Yeah. But there's people out there on the porch or gardening. And like you said, for the most part, they're really nice and they'll let you just introduce yourself and move on. But
yeah. And I do find they have to door knock multiple times in those neighborhoods because if you're just coming one time and that's all they see you, it makes no difference at all. But if I'm door knocking, I have a listing going live, and then I door knock, we have an open house, and I have a door knock, we just got this pending, or we just sold it.
So it could be once per week almost, or once every couple weeks, depending on how quickly things work out.
Yeah.
And okay.
Yeah. So it's different. It's just depending on what I want to do for the day. And then when I go door knock neighborhoods to just say like your home evaluation, I'll just door knock a bunch of times. I'll start sending things to that neighborhood so they see my face. Luckily with the magazine that I do, they have events. So I show up at the events. So I just try to like, again, stay very front of mind, top of mind with them.
Smart.
Thanks.
So what other activities you got coming up for all your social media adventures? So
I just did a concert giveaway today.
I saw that. The country one, right? Yes, I did see that. Yeah. How'd that go?
It went great. So we do giveaways mostly to capture leads.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, because we send them a form they have to fill out that says, are you thinking about buying or selling?
So they're not past client. It could be anybody as long as they saw your stuff and wanted in on the thing, but they have to give their info and whatnot. Yeah.
Yeah. So actually, the person who won it was a lender because I do the spinny wheel. I don't like to put names in a hat or like pieces in a hat because I think I want people to know that like I'm being legit. I'm not trying to like cheat the system.
Yep.
And he actually on my way here, he messaged me. He's like, I think you should give the tickets to like somebody else. I imagine this is to like get clients or to like, you know, he's like, I really appreciate it. I was like, well, that's really nice. So I'm going to redo that.
Yep.
But it was great. I got the Facebook reel I did had like 4.4 thousand views on it because what I do for all my giveaways is they have to tag at least one person that they'd want to like go to a concert with, go to a baseball game with, whatever, go on a shopping spree with, whatever I give away. So they have to tag, and then they get bonus points for sharing on their story. So it reaches, I think, out of that 4,000 views, it was like 52% were non-followers.
So you had to keep track of 4,000 different names?
No, views.
Oh, the views. Okay, yeah. So they viewed it, but they didn't actually like, tag, or share.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
How many did you think you had?
I think we had 17 people enter.
Really?
And I put it on Instagram.
I figured there would be so much more, like free. Are they pretty decent tickets?
You and me both. I thought people love Luke Bryan.
Yeah.
They love Pine Knob. It's July 11th. And
I don't, but my wife does.
Right.
Like, so I would have.
I was shocked how I was really like, this is going to be a slam dunk. And I was surprised. So I was like, 4,000 views and 18 entries, but whatever. I got a couple great leads from it.
That's all it takes is one. That's all I tell people is we do all this and we'd love to get hundreds.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I remember I had when it was like first-time buyer classes, and this one was more focused on like first-time buyers and credit. 'Cause I had a credit guy with me, a realtor, and myself.
Yeah.
And I mean, we had a beautiful like place, and we had all this. One couple showed up.
Did they buy with you though?
They did.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
And that was probably an event that cost you maybe like a couple hundred with reserving the space and if you got food.
It was inside of our office, so the space was free.
Oh yeah.
Big white drop down screen and a whole presentation. I think we brought food and drinks. You know, which like you said, a couple $100 at most. And we had a bunch of RSVPs, and you expect a few to not show. We literally had one couple show up, and I'm trying to remember if they had credit problems. If not, it was like a minor thing. Like he fixed them, and like 2 weeks later, he's like, "Here you go," and they ended up buying a house. So I'm like, "That's all it takes is one," and we got that one. It's just thank you God, like it just worked out.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yep.
And I tell people like even with my client events, the biggest thing is like the views on something. So like even though 4,000 people didn't enter, I had that many eyes on it. And again, it was like 52% non-followers and 48% followers. And then, or like your event, like you had all these RSVPs, people saw you were doing these things, and you have one person, but you have all those people that you stay top of mind. So that's the biggest reason I do for the engagement.
Perfect. Yep. Yeah. So I've tried. What other stuff have you tried? Because like I've done like an ice cream event. I just basically bought out a Dairy Queen with a realtor in St. Clair Shores one day and just advertised it and said, between this hour and this hour, you come, we're buying your ice cream.
That's something I want to do. How did it turn out?
It turned out great. I'm trying to remember. Because I brought little sign-ins. You know, I'm like, all you have to do is just sign in. I'm not going to spam. I'm like, this isn't like. And some people didn't believe you, you know, and they're like, I'm buying my own ice cream. I'm like, okay, whatever, man, fine. But I think we got like 35 or 40 people that just showed up and they signed their name and went and got their ice cream. It cost a few $100, and
that's something I've been wanting to do. There's a place in Berkeley. I can't remember the name of it, but it's like mom and pop ice cream shop.
Okay,
funny. And it's like. They're so successful, and I was like, I would like to team up with like a
they would because they're gonna love you giving them the publicity and putting them out there and find someone to partner with on that, like especially the business, and it works out. Okay,
so that's good feedback. I like that you did that event.
Yep.
So on social media, I used to do a giveaway once a quarter. Depending on the time of the year. Like one time I did a teacher giveaway for there's an online teacher store, I forget the name of it, and so anyone from all over the country could enter, which is nice. So I've done that. I try to post once a day, whether it's real estate or not, and I do find sometimes I'm really real estate heavy. Yeah. And then I'm like, I need a break. I need to
I have found like my kids, when I post my two youngest, Max and Emma, when I post them just being cute and funny together, I'll get 5,000 views. Yes. And then I post I'll walk through at an open house, I'll get 100. Yes. Like people it's weird. They want to get to know you and your family and puppies and babies. They love that.
Yes, they do.
But, you know, when it comes to real estate and data, it's not for everybody.
Yeah. Some weeks you just have a really heavy work week in real estate, and you're like, well, I'm just going to post. Like this week I had a listing, 2 listings go live, 3 open houses. It was like I could not post about this.
Right. And you have to. You have to post about it. You can't always be puppies and rainbows and
which I do
cute
love
kids.
posting about too.
Right.
So I try to do 1 post a day. I try to make it engaging when it's not like a live video or something.
Yep. So you're not just posting to post. You're thinking about, which is smart. Yeah. Not everybody does that.
Yeah.
Including myself, most sometimes I just post. But
sometimes you just are like, it's 11 o'clock at night. I'm like, what am I gonna post about? And I'll just repost a memory or something.
Yeah.
But,
or my kid's just doing something randomly cute. I'm like, I gotta get this. Not even just a trip. I want to see this in 10 years when they're old, you know. Yeah. But it works. But it is. I found that if you put the time in and you really, like you had mentioned earlier, 52% was non-followers. Like you're really getting into the details of it and taking advantage of it, and you're smart about it.
Thanks. Trying. So that's probably it for social media. And then was there a question?
I don't even know. I can't remember if there was a question. We're just chit-chatting here. I also saw something. Do you have a history of with pets or animals or dogs or something?
So I dog sit.
There, yeah.
I had to cut back. I do. I kind of use the same clients because
You're just too busy now,
when I was saving up for my condo in Detroit, I was living with my mom and my stepdad, and very thankful for it, but I realized I was a better person when I wasn't there every single day. Yeah. Because it was just a lot. Like, they're running their own business inside. They have 2 dogs. My niece lives with them, and she's, and when I moved in, I think she was 11, and now she's 14. And so I needed something to, get me away for a couple times, but, wouldn't take over real estate. And so I used to do Rover a long, long time ago, and I uploaded my reactivated.
Is that the dog walking one? Or?
Yeah, so dog walking, dog watching.
Nice.
And I reactivated my profile, and I was just getting requests left and right. And so I dog sit now, a lot less dogs because it does take up a lot of your time. I don't have my own dog.
Is it typically a daytime thing or a overnight?
It's overnight for multiple days.
Okay.
I met a couple really great clients that
they're going on vacation and they just want to know that their dog's going to be in a good spot.
Exactly. And I go to their house, which a lot of people think that's weird, but it makes the dog
more
so
comfortable.
much more comfortable.
Oh,
They don't have to pack up and take them to my house, which some do. Some do come to my condo, but I prefer to go to theirs because I live in a high rise in downtown Detroit. So if they have to go outside, we have to put the leash on. We have to go down the elevator. And in the winter, I live right off of the Detroit River. It's freezing.
I bet.
So,
like, as long as you guys got Wi-Fi at your house, I have no problem coming over because you're full-time real estate while the dogs are hanging out, I'm sure.
And sometimes, if they're small enough, I'll bring them to the office, which
Oh,
everybody
nice.
loves.
Yeah, of course.
A dog at the office.
Yeah.
So I try not to leave them alone for too long. So yeah, I dog sit, which also helps me build some real estate connections.
Yeah. That's how I got my start. I bartended and waited tables. That's what all of my first clients were either coworkers or regulars.
Yeah. Expand in that circle.
Yep.
There's actually one girl she was one of my very first dog sitting clients ever in like 2019, 17, 18? I don't know.
Something in there.
And I've helped her sell 2 houses and buy 1.
So, and you met her strictly just through the dog sitting?
Yeah. And so people, they trust you with their dog. The hope is they trust you with their house. And it doesn't always work out. Sometimes, even when you tell them a million times you're a realtor, it doesn't feel great when you slug one line and they list it with somebody else.
Been there, yeah. I'm sure everybody that's in real
just
estate
had
or
one
mortgage
of
just had that,
those.
really.
And I stayed at their house I've been dog sitting for them for like 4 years. And I've stayed at their house. I brought her to my office. They've met me at my office, like, come say hi. And the other day they listed with somebody else. And it was a very nice priced home in Birmingham. And I'm like, so I just reached out and I said, hi, I just saw your house was on the market. Like, and you can't do anything about it.
No.
So I just said, if for whatever reason it doesn't sell, which I know it will, I would be honored to sell your house. I feel like I really know it. I've stayed there for 4 years, on and off.
Yeah. I know your house like the back of my hand.
Yeah,
like it burns. Oh, that's gotta burn. Because all you want to know is just why.
Yes.
But you can't. Sometimes, I guess you could ask, but it's kind of awkward. You know, you just want to let it go.
Yeah. So I'm supposed to dog sit for them later, and I'm just gonna ask, like, can I just ask why? Like, I wasn't a thought or a consideration, and that's fine because I know it's gonna sell, so it's fine. I'm not trying to steal the listing from anybody.
Right. Just personal, like, as a human, I just want to know if I maybe. Yeah.
So I do dog sit, and
saw somewhere you were a Zumba teacher.
I
do a little research, nothing crazy, but
yeah. So I am a Zumba instructor. I haven't taught a class in a while. It is really hard with this job. Like I would only teach. The last one I taught was just 1 day a week.
Okay.
Just Tuesday.
Were you
evening.
into dancing growing up as a little girl or something? Okay.
Yeah. So I grew up dancing. I started a little bit later than most people, and it's just Zumba, the music, the rhythms, the everything. Exercise, getting paid for it.
Yeah.
I love Zumba. I've been doing Zumba since 2014.
Nice.
It's so fun. It's literally like a party when you go, and you don't realize that you're like breaking a sweat.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was a Zumba instructor. I've been taking long breaks from it just because it is hard to not teach more than 1 day a week, and most places want you to teach like 2 or 3 days a week.
Okay.
So yeah, it's just hard to do, but I do Zumba. I try to like be in a lot of different circles because that helps with real estate.
Yeah.
So I was in a sorority in college.
Where'd you go?
I went to Oakland University.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, so I was in Alpha Delta Pi. Then Zumba, I do Grosse Pointe Theater. I do some shows with Grosse Pointe Theater. So I have that group. Then I have my dog sitting group.
Everything you're out there, like you're super comfortable dealing with people.
Yeah.
And I learned that too because I was in retail and I owned like a pool business in Florida and all the bartending and waiting tables in the background at night while I was doing either school during the day or another job during the day. Like it really forces you to be comfortable. And I went to 5 high schools. Like I had to make friends.
God.
Like I had to fit in and be a chameleon everywhere, which I look at as a bonus. No, I try to look at it as a positive. Taught me how to just sit and be comfortable with anybody.
4 years.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a lot.
Yeah, 3 up here and 2 in Florida.
Wow. And where did you bartend at?
Oh, God. Where didn't I? So when I lived in Florida, actually my first job in the bar was when I was 15 on Harson's Island at the Idle Hour Yacht Club.
Okay.
So I was a bar back at 15 because we lived on the island. And then I worked at Sans Souci on the island. And then we moved to Florida and I worked at a bunch of places. I mean, I worked at everything from high end to hole in the wall. I even cooked at a Beef O'Brady's once, which I learned very quickly. Like, I'm not meant for the back of the house. Like, I cut my thumb one day and they fired me. And I'm like, I'm just going to go back to the front of the house because I like talking to people. But the end of it, was at Applebee's.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I was at an Applebee's in Florida, and then I decided to move back home, and I called the Applebee's that was up here and said, I'm moving back. Can I have a job?
Yeah.
And he said, yeah, come on up. And that guy, bless his heart, he's passed away during COVID, but Jason Heenan, he was easily, out of every restaurant I've ever worked at, he was the best GM. And the coworkers that we had there, it was like special. Like we had a group, and we're all still friends to this day. It was different. So that's what's like Applebee's is blah, but like I worked with the best people, and just the best memories from working at that stupid darn restaurant. And I got all those clients and regulars, and then I got out of it and actually went to fire school because I was going to be a firefighter.
Okay.
Macomb. So I went there, Fire Academy 55, did that, and then 8 months after graduation, still nobody was hiring back then, not even Detroit, which was like mind blowing. And that is like my wife was pregnant with our first, so I was like in a rush to grow up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's why I went to the fire school. But then after I didn't get hired, and I wanted to stay local because I'm a family guy. I don't want to go to Texas or across the state. That's when my dad, of all people, he was like, why don't you try mortgages? And then I went in, interviewed, knowing nothing, and 15 years later, here I am. So that's my background. That's my story. Yeah.
Nice. Applebee's used to have the most amazing apple, like, skillet dessert.
Oh, God, yeah.
And they got rid of it.
Yeah.
It's heartbreaking.
So I forget what they used to call it, but I used to have one, like, every other shift at the end of the night. That sizzling apple skillet. Oh, my God, with the caramel on it.
Yes. My very first boyfriend's mom was a manager at the Applebee's in Madison Heights off 14 Mile Road, and we'd go visit, and I'd get one all the time.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, they got rid of it. I'm like, cool.
Yeah.
Great.
Super dumb decision. Yeah, thanks, guys.
That
and their perfect margarita, man, people just go nuts for that stuff. Yeah. Good memories.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so outside of, I mean, so you do a lot. I mean, you've got so many hobbies. You bought a condo. You're in downtown Detroit in a high rise.
Yeah, it's
you're
for
traveling
sale.
the
So
world.
if anybody's looking for a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom condo,
preach. This will be out in a few weeks,
condo.
or whenever. So if it's, hopefully it's not still on the market.
Oh, God.
Yeah, we got to think about that. There's going to be a little lag time, but hopefully not. I wish you the best with that. How long has it been on the market?
Just since Friday.
Okay. Yeah. So where are you going to go?
I'm moving to Birmingham.
Okay, closer to office, closer to
my boyfriend
everything
has
you do.
rental there, and it is he works at Swift Home Loans,
nice.
So it's close to his office and then very close to my office. So I'm looking forward to not having a 45-minute drive and going through construction and everything on 75 all the time.
Nightmare.
It's not great. It's not great.
So what sold you on that? Just high-rise condo, beautiful views?
Yes, it was the view.
Yeah,
so I was looking at condos in Detroit, and everywhere I found I loved, but all the HOAs are like 800 plus. And I'm like, I can't afford that. And I don't know how I missed this one, but I just like went on MLS, and I saw this, and the view is it's off the Detroit River. It's just incredible. And I was like, let me just go look at this. I went the next day, and it was a nice sunny day. I opened the door, and it was like, you open the door because it's open. The person who redid it, the company who redid it, took all the walls down.
Oh, smart.
So I opened it, and just the river was just
it's like
shimmering.
The choir singing.
Yes, and I was like, oh. And then it was also extremely updated. So it had GE Cafe appliances. It had a beautiful emerald green subway tile shower. Like, it was just so pretty. And I was like, I need to buy this place. And I was single at the time.
Yeah.
I don't have any kids. I don't have a dog. And I was like, it was between that one and one in Rochester. And my one girlfriend was like, okay, but like, you're young, you're single. Like, are you ever going to live in Detroit ever?
Now, when you bought the condo, was any part of your thought process thinking about what's going to happen when I...
No.
Nope. Okay. And that's and that's something that people go through in this process that now you've learned from. And I'm sure it helps you guide them and talk to them and educate them about it's not all about the moment.
Yes.
You got to think about down the line.
Yeah. And it was like so posh and so cute. And I was like, if I want a kitchen like this, it's going to cost me $40,000. And if I want a bathroom like this, it's going to cost me, $10,000, and I can just move in and it's ready. And it was such a good location. It was right underneath Huntington Place / Cobo Hall. It was like the best location. And I was like, my stepsister was like, what if you meet somebody? I'm like, well, I don't have anybody right now, so I'm going to have this place. And I bought it. And it was nice because it was on the market for like a month. And so I just offered them the asking price. And I was like, everybody just listened to me when they bought a house. I would have so many more sales. Yeah, right. You just listen because clearly it works. Yeah. Just kidding. But yeah, and the place was great, and it has 24-hour security. The HOA was very low. It has parking.
How much was it back then?
It was $399 97.
And it's gone up to, you said,
Now
6 or 8?
508.
508?
Yeah, so it's not bad.
No,
it's still one of the lowest in the city.
I asked because I feel like I had a conversation the other day about what the HOA prices, the association fees have done over the last 5-10 years of kind of like property taxes.
Yeah.
Gone out of control.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I would find beautiful, beautiful condos in Detroit, but their HOA was like $1,100 a month. It included your taxes, but it was still $1,100 a month that I just didn't have out of pocket because you do an escrow, so you're paying out of pocket for escrow, but it's disguised as not, you know, it's just, so, I just loved it. And I was like, this is the best location, great price. I'm not fighting anybody for it, and got it accepted, and that's where I live now.
Nice. Mm-hmm. And hopefully not for long.
Hopefully not for long.
Yeah.
I feel like an adult when I'm like, I'm going to get that check and I'm going to pay off bills.
Yeah. Yeah, you might travel.
Maybe
seems like you like to enjoy life and go places. Where's your Bali? I mean, have you gone anywhere better than that yet?
I went to Slovenia last year.
Jesus, okay.
And that was amazing. Yeah, I did this thing called Journey, and it's a surprise vacation. I realized I was like, with my schedule of real estate, I realized that I was starting to have control issues where like if something went wrong in my day, I like freaked out. So I found this company that you fill out a travel profile, they ask you a bunch of questions, and then they send you an itinerary, but they don't tell you where you're going.
So you don't know until you like get your boarding pass at the airport type of deal?
Yeah. They send you clues throughout your time.
So you kind of know what to pack-ish?
Yes, they send you clues, they send you a packing list, they send you the weather, and then they do send you the envelope about 2 weeks before that has where you're going in there. Okay. But I was like, I had to wait
That's cool, man.
Yeah, I waited till I booked it in October, and it was in May, and I was like, I waited 6 months.
And that was the Slovenia?
Slovenia. Yeah, it was amazing. I would have never thought to go to Slovenia.
No. Right. What was it like?
It was incredible. I tell people I felt like Slovenia started off as just like fields, mountains, and trees. And somebody was like, we're going to carve this out and put a gorgeous lake. We'll carve this out and put hiking trails. It was just everywhere you turned, it was like a new photo. It was so beautiful. The weather was great. The food was incredible. It had a very European look in certain cities with like the buildings. It was just
like the old stone castles from
churches, like town squares. There's caves everywhere, caverns. There's so many beautiful lakes. There's castles.
And they plan everything. So it's like you're going to stay a day here and a day. See, that's how I would like to do it.
It was amazing. They book your airfare for you.
Yeah.
They book your accommodations. They book all your excursions.
And transport to and from.
Everything. There was two they picked me up from the airport, but they didn't book me on the way back. So I just took a cab.
Right. Yeah.
And then there was one time I went from one city to the next, but it was just a bus ride away. Yeah. And they told you where to go, and like it was so good. And they had this cake. It's called cream cake. And it was just, I was there for 9 days, and I think I had it 7 times. It was so good. But like, it was just, one of the most beautiful places. I went paragliding over their like famous Lake Bled. It's like the most beautiful lake with a castle on top. I went to this cave that was just, I felt like I was on the moon. There were so many stalactites and stalagmites and a couple of different caves. We went to like this little tiny town that is kind of like very old-timey.
Yep.
What else did I do? So many great things. And they just plan it for you. And a lot of times like your excursion's done by noon and you have the whole day to do whatever you want.
Just in this town, do what you want now, and just be ready tomorrow. We're going to take you to this other town to do something else really awesome.
And they would check in on you to make sure you're okay. Yeah, it was... I'm like really dying to go on another one because it was just...
You probably just sold them a few trips to just random people.
I hope so. I actually would, even though I do real estate, I would love to work for them because the people who plan the trips go on the trips and test things out.
Sponsor.
Like, that's a pretty...
Once this gets big, let's get a sponsor. Journey.
I was like, that's a pretty awesome job.
Yeah.
To just like travel to wherever they go, to all over the whole world. So.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Awesome. Bali, there. Where's your next place? Let's just say money's no object, time's no object. Like, where's your favorite place that you want to go that you have not been?
Oh, that's such a good question. I would probably go to Australia.
Okay.
Yeah, my boyfriend hates spiders, so he's like, I'm not going.
Well, they're not everywhere. They are, but...
Yeah, I'll go to Australia. I also think Japan would be super cool to go to.
Okay.
Yes. I have a whole bucket list of places. Even, I would go to Banff, in Canada. That's not that far away, but just beautiful. I like picturesque places. I love local food. I love any kind of, entertainment in those countries. So,
Nice.
yeah.
Now, did I read this correctly? You not specialize, but do a lot of first-time buyers, or is it mostly repeats?
So I love working with first-time home buyers. It's starting now where like it's repeats, but I'm getting a lot of referrals from my past clients for their friends who are buying for the first time, which is really great. But I love educating people in real estate because it is a very complicated process,
Yep.
You're not born knowing how to buy a house. So I love first-time home buyers for the education purpose. Something about when they see the house for the first time that they love and then they get it. And it's like their first house ever, and you get to be a part of that is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 6 years in the business, that's plenty long enough to come across some fun stuff. Let's just say that. I don't know whether it be on what end of the spectrum of fun, but what do you got? What have you come across that you think is interesting?
Interesting.
Or crazy, interesting, beautiful, whatever. Anything just wild, because we've all got them.
Yeah. So, there was one house I went to. This always stands on my mind. The agent's last name was Hagopian, which we all know in Michigan is a rug cleaning company.
Yep.
My client and I go in the basement, and I kid you not, floor to ceiling, walls covered in different carpet squares. Like literally, like the floor,
like a
ceiling.
quilt of
it was like I don't know. They're trying to soundproof
like a
it.
show. Like,
I don't know.
Showroom. Like there's all samples.
I don't know.
Everywhere.
It was just like patches of floor samples, and it was like in every room, literally on the walls, on the ceiling. I'm like, I guess this would soundproof it, maybe.
But why?
I don't know. Then I saw the agent's last name was Hagopian, and I was like, that's just a coincidence. I don't know.
No, but I'm not thinking. Well, why would he do that?
I don't know.
She or
like,
whoever owns the
all
house,
these floor samples, like do something with them, give them to your clients to like test out, and then they just gave them to one client. I don't know, but it was really ridiculous.
My God.
Trying to think of like crazy funny stories. I feel like there's not that many. I do know my poor showing agent, when she was doing a bunch of showings for me, like got chased by like chickens, got chased by like all kinds of animals.
Yep.
I feel like for a year I didn't even do showings, so I didn't have anything.
And that's where you get most of your crazy stories is when you're walking through people's homes with yeah, and you stumble upon something maybe you shouldn't have or whatever. Yeah.
But I will say this year I had my first break-in. So I had a vacant home.
Yep.
Thank you. Yep. And at 4:30, it's like a Friday morning, I'm getting a phone call. I'm like, I'm not answering. Who am I answering this? Yeah. And they call again, and you know how you can read the transcript of a voicemail?
Yeah, yeah.
And it was like, this is I'm not going to say the city police. Oh, okay. There's been a break-in. And I'm like, oh my God. So I answered, and they're like, someone broke in. They took the furnace, the hot water tank, the copper plumbing, the dryer.
Everything.
The water meter.
Really took their time.
But they were nice thieves. They didn't vandalize anything else in the house.
Hey.
They just took their stuff and left.
Thanks, guys. Yeah.
Yeah, but it definitely put us back many months to sell it. It's finally pending, but...
Oh, this is recent, too?
Yeah, This happened in April is when it got vandalized. Yeah. And then the fun part is when I have to call agents who have showings, and I'm like, so...
Yeah, it turns out...
Fun fact, they never had any issues when they lived there, but because it's vacant, and you could tell, so that was fun. I have my first probate case this year.
Okay.
And it was a hoarder home, but it was in Ferndale, but literally the southern part of Ferndale, where I'm not joking when I say the backyard is 8 Mile. You go outside and 8 Mile is running east and west. And hoarder home, it just was a really sad. It was a
so the folks
home.
That lived there passed away.
Yeah, they didn't have a will, nothing.
How many siblings or people were responsible?
One sibling. It's an older person. So one sibling.
So you only had to deal with one instead of.
Yes.
Have you ever? Well, you haven't, but wait till you have the one where the parents die and there's 6
I've had
brothers and sisters, and there's always one or two that just make it a nightmare.
Yeah, I've had a lot of trust. Yeah, I've had a lot of trust, but my first probate, and so. We put it actually open to investors only because it can't even insure the house. It's really in poor condition.
Yeah, you can't finance it or nothing.
Yeah.
No.
I remember there was one time I went to go just check on the house, and I opened it and I heard some little critter running in the attic, and I was like,
nope.
I'm going to close the door.
It's not on fire. We're good.
Right, we're good. So we opened it just to investors only. Didn't really put it on the MLS, and we get an offer for 104 or 5, and then we're like, well, our other 3 offers are $100,000, so this is good. And the judge denies it. She's like, this isn't Ferndale. You guys should get at least the SCV, which was like $150,000 for it. And I was like, I don't think so. So she denies it. She's like, put it back on the MLS.
So even though you and the technical family member that has rightful heir to it was okay with it, the judge still blocked it.
Yeah.
Ain't that how they can do that? Okay.
Right. So I do what she says, put it online for everybody to see. But obviously, we know investors are going to be the same people who write an offer. Like, it's not going to be like some guy did call me and he's like, I want to live in it. And I was like, well, it's not insurable. So he's like, well, never mind. So we put it back up for 3 weeks. Then we get an offer for 107. Like, woo, $2,500 more.
Here you go, Judge.
Yeah, she denies it again, and then she fires me. After all this time,
the judge
was like, you did not get a fiduciary to give you the most money. Fired. She hired somebody else for the thing. Apparently, I'm back on the case. I don't know. We're still waiting for the judgment to happen. But
so this house is still out there. Like, it's not completed yet.
Yeah, people are.
How many months has it been?
So the first time we listed it in February. Yeah. And then March is when we got denied because we had to wait for a probate hearing.
Up on 6 months.
Yeah.
That's about how long probates I hear is. They take a long time.
So now she's putting us put it back on the market with the highest and best because we didn't have that on the remarks. I just told every agent who saw it, I'm like, hey, deadline is this day. We didn't put it out to public. So I need to put it back up if she ever lets us. I'm just waiting for her to approve that to happen. So I was like, cool. I've never been fired by a judge before.
Right.
But
good for you.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel
it's
like
an accomplishment.
Another notch in my belt.
That's right. So I like this one because you're in a fancy part of town.
Oh, thank you.
I'm a simple East Sider over here. What's the biggest listing you had?
So I'm really trying to get into the luxury side, but my biggest listing, I think, was I sold it the beginning of this year. I think we closed at $647. Nice. Which is a nice paycheck. Yep. I'll take that. I've got a couple buyers right now who are in the higher price point, and then they also have a house to sell. But I'm trying so hard. I mean, if my dogs...
Just keep doing what you're doing.
One dog sitter had let me list her house.
What do you think? What's that one going for?
1.7.
Oh, my God. Yeah?
I'm like, I'm just going to raise my rates to match what my commission would have been. I feel like my dog sitting right now is $7,000 a night.
Yeah. Funny how that works.
Yeah. So that would have been, I was really hoping that was going to be my way into luxury, but maybe I didn't remind them I was in real estate. There's probably a reason why they picked that realtor. That's all the what ifs going through your head that you just want to know the answer to. So you can just finally put that to bed. Exactly.
Yeah. I don't blame you.
Yeah. So I've got a couple of really great buyers right now who are in above my last highest listing. So that's exciting.
Nice. So good for you.
I feel like right now this year is kind of like, when you go to the casino and you play a slot machine and you're like, I'm going to get the bonus. I'm going to get the bonus. That's what I feel like right now. It's like
any day, you're so close.
Happen. Yeah,
so close. Keep putting in the effort. Keep doing everything that you're obviously already doing, and it's just a matter of time.
Yeah,
you're young. You've got a long way to go, and it's only up from here.
Thank you.
Appreciate
that.
And gosh, we're an hour flew by and felt like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I hope that everything that we've done here reaches some people and it helps and brings you more business and gets you into that luxury market.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Where can people reach you? What's the best way?
So best way is through social media or my phone number. I don't know if you're
Throw it out there.
All the details. Okay. My phone number is 586-215-1211. Social media, you can just search my name and you'll be able to find it. I think my Instagram handle is MI Realtor Ashley Trefney, but you can just type Ashley Trefney in. There's not that many of us out there. I think I'm the only one.
Yeah, TREFNEY.
Yeah, very simple. Instagram, Facebook, Facebook Messenger, Instagram Messenger. My email is my name, ashleytrefney@gloveragency.com.
Perfect. It's no secret. She's readily, easily accessible, as most agents are. They put all their personal stuff out there and just do what you will with it. Yeah. Hopefully you'll use it for good people. Yeah.
So, that's the way people can reach me.
Perfect. Awesome. Well, I appreciate you.
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, you're welcome. And maybe we will do another deal someday. That's why I always tell realtors too, I always try to connect with people. Yeah. I'm like, I don't care if I'm never your guy. I don't care. But there's going to come a day at some point where you're going to see my approval letter. I'm going to see you as a listing agent. And you're going to go, you know what? We had a nice coffee that one day and he was nice, or that agent was. That's all I'm looking for with these people. I'm not trying to steal anything from you. I just love networking and getting to know new people because this real estate world locally it's a weird thing. It's like a small circle. Even though it's a big circle, it gets smaller. The longer you're in it, you get to know the same people and you trust certain people. And that's all we're trying to do is 100%. Just put ourselves out there and be nice to people. And just the more you know.
Yeah, we just want to get people in or out of a house. And I don't understand why it doesn't always go smoothly, because I'm like, we all have the same end goal.
Yeah.
Let's just like all be working.
Yeah, we want to get to the closing table. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, that's when we did our deal together. That was it. Everybody wanted to get to the closing table. It was easy peasy.
Yep. So, well, I appreciate you. Thank you again, Ashley.
Thanks so much.
All right, guys. Have a good one.
Bye.